you can get up to $35,000 deposited directly into your bank account. No documentation, no car title required, and here's the wild part. You can spend it on literally anything. This isn't some sketchy loophole. This is a legit offer from a major lender, and almost nobody is using it the right way. I used this exact strategy myself and got approved for $100,000, and today I'm breaking down how you can get started with just $35,000 even if you've been denied before. But here's the twist. It's an auto loan, but doesn't need your title and doesn't need your paperwork. And once it hits your account, you're free to use it for whatever you like. So let's get into it. So let's start off with what Lightstream actually is. Lightstream is an online lender that's a division of Truist Bank. If you don't know about Truist, they were formed back in 2019 when SunTrust Bank and BB&T merged together. So we're talking about a massive established bank here, not some sketchy online company. They offer loans for pretty much everything that you could think of. Auto loans, home improvement, medical expenses, and get this, you can even get loan for horses. Yeah, you can literally finance a horse through them. But here's what makes them different from every other lender out there. And this is where the hack begins. Their auto loans are completely unsecured. Let me say that again so it really sinks in. Their auto loans are unsecured. This means that they don't take your car as collateral. They don't hold onto your title. They don't even put a lien on the vehicle. The money just shows up onto your bank account and you're a cash buyer. Think about that for a second. Every other auto loan requires you to hand over your title to the bank. They own the car until you pay it off. But with Lightstream, you own it free and clear from day one. But before you rush off and apply, there's one mistake that kills 8 out of 10 applications instantly. Lightstream is very picky about who they lend to. They want you to have solid credit, around 680 or higher. But here's the thing, a good credit score won't cut it. Let me give you the exact profile that gives you the best shot at approval. First, you will need what's called a thick credit profile. That means ideally at least 5 years of credit history with different types of accounts, like credit cards, loans, and maybe a mortgage. They want to see that you can handle different types of credit. Second, and this is huge, you need fewer than 4 credit inquiries in the last 6 months. If you've been applying for a bunch of credit cards or loans recently, stop. Wait until those inquiries age past 6 months before applying. Third, you want to keep your credit utilization under 30%. This is critical. I've seen people with 720 credit scores get denied because their credit card balances were too high. Pay those balances down to under 30% of your limits. Even better, get them down to 10%. Fourth, don't have any new loans open within the past 6 months. Lightstream doesn't like seeing brand new debt on your credit report. They like to see seasoned accounts that you've been paying on time for a while. Now, having previous auto loan history isn't required, but it definitely does help. If you successfully paid off a car loan before, that puts a big plus in their eyes. Remember, these aren't absolute requirements set in stone, but follow these guidelines, it will give you the highest chance of approval. I've seen people get approved of slightly higher utilization or an extra inquiry, but why risk it? Now, here's a golden nugget that most people don't know. Lightstream pulls from TransUnion or sometimes Equifax, but in most cases, it is TransUnion. And TransUnion has a weakness that you can exploit. They are super sensitive to recent debt changes. So if you want a quick credit score boost, then pay down your credit cards right before you apply. If you are already under 30% utilization, as I mentioned, getting your balances close to zero can boost your TransUnion score by 20 to 50 points in just days. Now that you know how to optimize your credit, let me show you the exact loan amounts and terms that trigger different requirements. So here's where it gets really interesting. Lightstream will lend up to $100,000 for auto loans. I know this because I got approved for the full 100 grand myself. But here's the hack. Anything below 35K usually requires no documentation. No pay stubs, no tax returns, no bank statements, nothing. The second that you go over that threshold, the greater the chance that they want to see everything. Your income, your assets, your investment accounts, your retirement funds, they want the whole picture. So if you're looking for quick, easy money with minimum hassle, keep it at that magic number or less. When you apply, the process is super simple. Go to the website and choose auto loan, select use auto purchase from dealer. This is important. Don't pick anything else, and then enter your loan amount. For terms, you can go up to 84 months for auto loans. The shorter your term, the lower your interest rate. Right now, if you're highly qualified, you're looking at rates starting around 6%, but most people will see rates between 7 and 10%. Here's a money saving tip. Sign up for autopay before you accept the loan. You get a 0.5% discount on your rate. So on a $35,000 loan, this will save you hundreds of dollars. Now for timing, their business hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you apply during these hours and get approved, you can actually get the money in your account the same day or the next business day. When I applied, it was around 4 p.m. Eastern Time, which was towards the end of their business day, but I still got approved and had my money the next morning, It's that fast. But here's where things get crazy. And this is the part where it's gonna blow your mind about what you can actually do with this loan. Remember how I mentioned that this loan is unsecured? Well, it opens up massive opportunities that most people don't even know exist. Since Lightstream doesn't ask for your VIN number or any car information, and since they don't put a lien on any vehicle, you can technically double dip. Here's what I mean. You get approved for the Lightstream loan, that money hits your bank account. Then you go to another lender like a credit union or a traditional bank and get another auto loan for the same car. You use the Lightstream money as your down payment and finance the rest through another lender. I actually did this myself with DCU, Digital Credit Union. They gave me another $100,000 at around 5%, so I had $200,000 in total financing a $200,000 vehicle. As a disclaimer, I was fully capable of paying for 2 loans. I just didn't have the auto loan history to get larger amounts. And this was a shortcut. The thing is that you know your finances better than anyone, so do what you think is best. Now technically, this loan is meant for vehicle purchases. That's what the application says. But since it is unsecured, Lightstream doesn't verify how you use it. I'm not saying that you should bend the rules. I'm just saying that's just how the system works. It's like when you get a business credit card. You're supposed to use it only for business expenses, but who's really checking? Some people use it to pay off high interest debt. Some use it for home repairs. Some use it for business expenses. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what's possible. Now, let me give you some other crucial information that could make or break your application. First, they are going to ask about your assets. This is weird because most lenders don't care about your savings or investments for auto loans, but Lightstream does. They want to know if you have money in your checking, savings, retirement accounts, or investments. You want to be truthful about this because in rare cases, they may ask for proof. The more you have, the better chances of approval and the lower the rate. Second, there are no fees. 0. No origination fees, no processing fees, and no prepayment penalties. If you want to pay off the entire loan tomorrow, you can do it with no extra charges. But here's something that is actually a downside. Principal-only payments are tricky with Lightstream. If you want to make an extra payment that goes only to principal without any interest charges, you would have to schedule for the exact same day as your regular payment. For example, if your regular payment is on the 15th of each month and you want to throw in an extra $500 at the principal, schedule that extra payment for the 15th too. If you make that payment on the 16th or any other day, they will calculate interest on it. It's annoying, but it is important to know if you are planning to pay off the loan faster. Now, before you run off and apply, there's one more thing that could instantly disqualify you, and most people don't find out until it's too late. Here's the catch with Lightstream. They don't offer pre-qualification. That means that you can't check your rate without a hard credit pull. Every application is a hard inquiry on your credit report. So if you apply and get denied, you will just get dinged on your credit for nothing. This is why it is crucial to meet the requirements before you apply. Remember the ideal profile that I mentioned? Just make sure that you check all of those boxes first. If you're not there yet, then just wait. Build your credit, pay down your balances, and then apply when you're ready. So think for a second about what you're getting here. With a traditional auto loan, the bank owns your car. They hold the title. If you miss the payment, they can repo it. With Lightstream, you're a cash buyer. You own the car outright, and no one can take that from you. And if you use a double dip strategy, you're leveraging their money to even get more financing at potentially better rates. Plus, since the loan can be used for any car, new, used, classic, or even exotic, with any mileage and any age, you have complete freedom. Trying to get a traditional bank to finance a 20-year-old BMW M3, they probably laugh at you. But with Lightstream, that's not a problem. This is especially powerful for people buying from private sellers or buying collector cars where traditional financing is hard to get. Now, let me give you my best tips for getting approved. First is to check your TransUnion report first and clean up any issues. Next is to pay down all your credit cards to under 30% utilization. Third, make sure that you have less than 4 inquiries in the past 6 months. Next is that don't open any new accounts for at least 6 months before applying. Next is apply during business hours, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the fastest funding options. Remember to choose use auto purchase from dealer for the best approval odds. Next is to keep your loan request at or under the magic number for no documentation. Sign up for AutoPay to get the rate discount and have at least some money in your savings or investments to show. If you follow these steps, you're giving yourself the best shot at approval. That is exactly how you can get up to $35,000 deposited into your bank account with zero documentation using the Lightstream auto loan hack. But here's something that I didn't mention. Getting this loan is only half the battle. What really matters is how fast you can pay it off to save thousands in interest charges. Click on this video right here where I show you how you can turn this $35,000 loan into a payment plan that saves you thousands in interest and get your car paid off in half the time. See you over there.